The weather at the barn is frightful, but listening to the HRN Radiothon, it's delightful. And since we've no place to be, let it stream, let it stream, let it stream. Glenn and Jamie don't show signs of stopping, and all the hosts, they're prepped and chomping. The grand prize from WinTech is a dream. Let it stream, let it stream, let it stream. When we finally end the night, oh, we heard how Wiley rode through Mongol storms. She said if you really hold on tight, riding stirrupless, it'll keep you warm. It's hour 12 and Glenn's voice is slowly dying, and the guests, they're still goodbying. So long as that HRN signal beams, let it stream, let it stream, let it stream. When we finally end the night, after the horse lovers' gift cards are gone, as you hold your horse has been tied, Weatherbeeta, it'll keep your horse warm. It's hour 12 and Jen's patience is dying, and those auditors, they're still goodbying. As long as that HRN signal beams, let it stream, let it stream, let it stream.
That was Auditor Lisa. And now, welcome to Hour 5, the Horsemanship Hour of the Horse Radio Network 12-hour live holiday radiothon by Weatherbeeta, with additional support provided by HorseLovers.com, Benefab, and Monty Roberts University. This 12-hour holiday event is fueled by Delahest Coffee, the official coffee sponsor of Radiothon. I am Glenn the Geek, and with me in the studio in Ocala, Florida, is host of the driving radio show, Dr. Wendy Ying, and we are your MCs for the entire 12 hours.
All right, it's hour 5 of Radiothon 2017, and joining us this hour is Debbie Lukes. Welcome, Debbie.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
Great. It's great that you're joining us from Horsemanship Radio. We can't wait to hear what you have for us this hour.
Oh, thank you. We have lots of good news, and it's fun that I get you while you guys are still fresh.
Oh, well, we're still fresh. Yeah, we're going. We're going.
Glenn's been fresh all day.
I've been fresh all day, actually, so yeah, nothing's changed, really. Debbie, it was so good. You know, were you on the first year? You were, weren't you? This is your third year, isn't it?
That's right.
Yay.
Was Bob Baffert our first year?
Yeah, Bob Baffert. She came on with the small guests.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he break our internet?
Yeah, I don't even remember who he was.
Yeah,
but,
we killed the server.
He did. It broke the server the first year. He actually crashed during Bob Baffert. Of all the guests that crashed during, it was Bob Baffert, too. But thank you for that. So let's see if you can break it again today.
Let's do. Let's do.
Well, now we got to remind everybody that you go to holidayradiothon.com for a list of all the guests and prizes and everything there. We're giving away a ton more prizes. The way you call to enter the prizes is you actually have to call our voicemail line at 435-272-1997. That's 435-272-1997 to enter to win. They're waiting to take your calls there. And we have some great prizes. Oh, and I did want to mention also, remind you that the hours that are already done, the first 3 hours, are being put up on the Horses in the Morning feed right away. That's our podcast feed. So if you listen to podcasts, just search for Horses in the Morning. You'll find all the hours there, and we're getting them up as we go today, unlike last year where it was the day after. So you'll find them there as we're going along, and I think the first 3 hours are up already. So, Wendy, what are we giving away? A lot of stuff during Debbie's hour here.
We are. We have 3 prizes this time. The first one is donated by MontyRobertsUniversity.com. This is the first. This first prize is a 1-year subscription to Monty's Equus Online University, with access to 24/7 access to over 500 of Monty's video lessons, plus one of Monty's patented dually training halters in the size of your choice, a total value of over $150. And our next prize is from Omega Fields. It's a horse and rider gift set. It's the perfect gift for the horse lover in your life. Natural, stabilized flax products for horses and humans is important for the optimum health of yourself and your horse. And it comes in a stylish, functional zippered tote. It contains a 1-month supply of omega-3 supplements, omega horseshine, and 3.5 pounds of the new low sugar and starch apple flavored omega nibbler horse treats, plus a 2-month supply of digestive health supplement omega sure gut, and a new 2-pound size bag of Mega Omega for you, the rider. Mega Omega is high in omega-3s and it's a fiber flaxseed, and it has added vitamin D and minerals. It's a retail value of over $125. Plus, we have our $50 gift certificate from horselovers.com. It's your home for all your horsey holiday shopping.
Okay, very good.
Wow.
Well,
Thank you, Wendy.
I know,
That's
tons
good.
of stuff.
yeah, that's lots of stuff there. And one of your title sponsors, Omega Fields, is in on that. So
Yeah,
thank you to them.
Exactly. That was
And of
really
course,
good. I love that. Mega Omega.
You kind of work for
Mega Omega.
Monty Roberts University. So there's that terrific prize too.
That's true. I'm always pushing that one. It is fun. Yeah, it's fun.
And Rhonda just typed in she wants the Monty Roberts one. So could we please pick
I
her
know
number?
everybody wants the Monty Roberts.
Rhonda. I'll think good energy towards
Yeah,
that.
think good things about that, Debbie. So now I have to ask you, obviously, growing up as the daughter of Monty Roberts in a big house full of people, what was your ultimate horsey Christmas gift? Have you had it?
I'm still searching for it. I thought about this because I was asking everybody else that, right? And I thought, wow, let's see but I'm always chasing the elusive best pack trip and trail ride, because not just a trail ride. I mean, the one where you sleep out under the stars and all that. And next fall, a group of my friends who do this, we're heading to Zapata in Colorado, and we're going to sort of test the boundaries of whether this is the ultimate elusive best pack trip ever or not. But I think if I find that will be my ultimate horsey Christmas gift. I think that would be the coolest gift to me.
There you go. And I know you enjoyed doing that. Jennifer wants to go along, by the way, if she can get an invitation for that.
Jennifer Zen.
I want to go too.
Wendy Zen.
And
so fun, you guys.
4,000 listeners just said they want to go along too. So it's going to be crowded in the mountains up there.
Cool. Okay, great. Keeps us warm.
So right after we hear from Weatherbeeta, you have a message here, and I have not heard this yet, from one of the hottest guys in all of sports.
Hot. Yes.
Yeah. Does it need an introduction?
Do you want me to introduce?
Go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Okay, so it's Nick Roldan. Anybody who knows the American polo scene, he is the face of American polo, and it's a pretty one too. He's a 4th-generation professional polo player, and he's the leading American polo player. He's won on all 5 continents at every goal level, and he's also the youngest polo player in the world to win the prestigious U.S. Polo Open title at age 15. But he's not 15 anymore, girls. It's okay.
And he makes all his money being a supermodel, too. So there's that.
That, too.
Yeah. Are
Nick.
guys called supermodels, by the way?
I think so.
Let's do.
Well,
Let's
if you make as much money as he does, you can be a supermodel, right?
He's such a cool guy, too, guys. You'll love him. He left us a message.
All right.
I am Olivia from Weatherbeeta, and you're listening to the 3rd Annual Horse Radio Network Holiday Radiothon. My ultimate horsey Christmas gift would be doubling Baltimore tall boots. Merry Christmas from all of us at Weatherbeeta.
If you're not a snowbird and do not travel to a warmer place for the winter season like half my neighbors, then you'll probably have multiple layers when it comes to dressing your horse. Quarter sheets are great to have as they allow your horse's muscles more time to warm up properly in the colder weather, or if you clip your horse. They can keep your horse warm while you're riding in the frigid temps. The inevitable static shock is never fun for a horse and rider in the winter. Give your horse the greatest gift of a Weatherbeeta anti-static fleece quarter sheet. They will be sure to thank you when you remove it, and there's no static shock. To learn more about the Weatherbeeta anti-static fleece quarter sheet, then visit your local retailer or visit weatherbeeta.com. That's weatherbeeta.com.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Nick Roldan here. Sorry I couldn't make it out there to be with you guys this year, but anyways, glad I could be on. Going back to Christmas wishes, I've got a bunch of memorable ones, but I think one of my favorite ones was a horse by the name of China that was given to me by my parents when I was about 6 years old, and was one of my favorite horses, a gray horse who was beautiful, and I had her for, I want to say 5 or 6 years. and she's the one that taught me how to play polo. She's the one that I learned how to ride on, and she was really probably one of the most important parts and intricate parts of me growing up and learning how to ride and to become a polo player. So one of the most memorable, if not the present, let's start again. I would say one of the wishes that I have right now on my wish list, on my Christmas wish list, would be playing the Argentine Open. It's the most important tournament in the world, and all the best polo players in the world are competing, and it's played in Palermo, which is the cathedral, one of the most famous polo play destinations in the world. So right now, top of my list right now would be playing the Argentine Open. And on my wish list, as one of the things I'd really love to do in the near future would be to, get a group of my closest friends and go out on a safari, go out on horseback, and go out into the bush in Africa, in Zimbabwe, or in and to go galloping alongside the migration in the Masai Mara.
I think that we could find about 4,000 female listeners that would love to go on safari with Nick right now. What do you think?
Waving.
Yeah. The cougar trip. You don't have to go to Africa. He's surrounded by cougars anywhere he goes.
Poor Nick. He's such a nice guy, too.
He's so sweet. He called that in from Argentina because they've been having these storms and everything. And so finally we gave up trying to record, and he just did an audio file for us. It's very sweet of him. Did you hear the birds?
Yeah. That's good. I love that. All right, Nick.
He wishes everybody a Merry Christmas.
All right, and we could make money on this, Debbie. We could charge for people to go with Nick and make a commission.
That's called pimping, Glenn.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
And that's illegal.
Yeah.
But funny you should say that, because you'll have to hear Wendy Malick's little, talk about, what does she call it? Ecotourism or something. So it kind of like fits in. I got a theme going.
Yeah, you do. Well, let's introduce her. You want to bring her on?
I would. It will be recorded between her and Dad, basically. But we recorded Wendy Malick and Monty Roberts' wishes for the ultimate horsey gift. She's the American actress who spent her girlhood summers on Lake Erie at her grandfather's house, where she discovered that she wanted to be an actress. And then she also nurtured her love of animals there. And then she later went on to win a Golden Globe and 2 Emmy Awards and award nominations, I guess. And Wendy has starred in American Housewife, NCIS, Rush Hour, Law and Order, Dream On, Just Shoot Me, and I think Glenn's favorite, Hot in Cleveland.
I've seen every episode of that at least 3 times.
You're so funny.
And with Dad, Monty Roberts, recently named by Horse and Hound magazines as the 50 all-time greatest horsemen, and that's living and not living anymore too. So it's pretty cool. And he teams with Wendy and Keith Dane, who's the director of equine protection for the HSUS, and we all talk about horses. So, and you can hear the full interview as soon as it comes out on horsemanshipradio.com. That'll be episode 105.
Yeah, this is edited down a bit, so you get about twice as much as this if you listen to the full one, Horsemanship Radio. All right, here we go.
Well, welcome. We have a team of wonderful horse lovers on the line. We have Wendy Malick, Keith Dane, and Monty Roberts. Hi, Wendy. So glad to have you on here.
Oh, I like this company very much.
Isn't this good company?
Yeah,
and Keith Dane, who's an animal advocate and also works with the Humane Society as their equine protection manager, a director of, and Monty Roberts, who I'll brag on you, Dad. You were named one of the top 50 horsemen of all time this last year in the Horse and Hound magazine, and a regular on your own podcast here called Horsemanship Radio. I'd like to start with you, Dad. I'd like you to bring Wendy into the conversation about the upcoming Christmas and aspirations that you have for 2018, and just let you two horse lovers talk, and Keith and I will listen in and be here if you need us.
Well, hello, Wendy. I've been reading about you, and it's great to be on with you. I've known Keith for some time now, and we're aligned in so many ways for the betterment of the equine species. And Debbie asked me that question, what would you think would be a great gift for Christmas? How would you like to receive something? And, Wendy, I've really been busy since 1989 when the Queen said, you've got to take all this to the world and you've got to change the world and pull this violence out of the training of horses. And so my time with the Mustangs has been limited, but really with the Mustangs out there in northern Nevada, where the numbers are the greatest, has been almost non-existent. And if someone walked up to me and said, look, I'm going to give you some time off. I don't know how you do that, but you can write a certificate, I guess. I'm going to give you some time off, and I'm going to send you up to the Elko area, maybe out to Duckwater or one of those places where you've been before, where the wild horses, the Mustangs, run out there in herds of 20 and 30, and just let you ride around and sleep in a sleeping bag and get to know them again on their level. I would just love it. I would absolutely love it if I could get back out there and just take the time to really get to know them again like I used to know them and knew them so well in the 40s and 50s.
Monty,
it was in the 1950s that. What?
I'm sorry.
I so wish you could do that. This would be so amazing if you could do that now.
Yeah. It was in the 50s, Wendy, that I said, instead of building more corrals and instead of flying more helicopters over them, if you guys with the BLM, if you could put together funds for reducing the numbers of foals by some form of control, birth control, that's the where to put your money, because this storage and looking for adopters is just off the charts. You're never going to get there. So what do we have now? 43,000 or something of them, some stupid number like that, hanging out in these corrals and actually being born in the corrals.
Yeah.
It's just dreadful. It's not intelligent horsemanship or intelligent business of any kind.
No, I absolutely agree with you, and you took the words right out of my mouth. It is something where I was unaware of the wild horse population until about 10 years ago, and Deanne Stillman, who wrote the wonderful book Mustang, brought it to me and said, there's a character in here, Wild Horse Annie, that I want you to look at. I think this would make a great movie. And I was stunned by what this woman had achieved, and the fact that we had these wild horses at liberty in our western states, and so few people realize that they're still out there and that they have earned a place on our lands. And now they are systematically being removed. And as you know, and you just said, those pens are like concentration camps, and these once beautiful wild animals that ran free and were healthy and could be sustained and can be controlled in terms of population with PZP and various things. It's a waste of money, and it's a crime to see these magnificent animals taken out of their earned homeland. And but it all comes down to money, and we need to really educate people about how important and valuable they are to our whole Western psyche. It's so much a part of where we all come from, and we adopted 2 of those Mustangs 7 years ago from Netta DeMaio at Return to Freedom, the sanctuary. And they came from the Chalice herd, and they are 2 of the most remarkable creatures I have ever lived with. We've had horses here. I live in the Santa Monica Mountains for the last 22 years. But these 2 wild ones are a whole other animal. They are so curious and so eager and so just want to hang with you. I mean, they're really quite amazing creatures, and they have enhanced my life so much being around them.
Well, we're kinfolk in that area because I just love them to death, and they have something about them that is so unique when compared with the domestic horses. As you suggest,
I wonder too about people, like what Madeline Pickens did, and I know some of it's been controversial, but when people are talking about, there are a few things more stunningly beautiful and enchanting than seeing horses running wild on our public lands. And if there were ways that people could somehow marry that to ecotourism, where people could get out among them. I mean, Monty, you were talking about sleeping out in a sleeping bag, which I know you would do. There are a lot of people who might have some trepidation about that. But just for your average person to be able to know there was a place where you could take your family and actually see horses wild and out there running free, that is just one of the most electrifying experiences, and I think it would change the hearts and minds of so many if they had a chance to see it up close.
It's so true, Wendy. And, I was up there, the last time I was up there was about 20 years ago, maybe 18. But there were a lot more ranchers than the government lets you know about who want the Mustangs to live. They say the ranchers all have to get rid of them because they're taking the feed from the cattle and stuff, and the hunters want to get rid of them, and they paint everybody with the same brush. But there's ranchers out there that love these Mustangs, and they would like a controllable number on their properties just because they love them. And we don't give those people credit enough. We just have to come up with some kind of a system whereby the ranchers can count on a limited number of horses, which doesn't have to be minute, but ought to be certainly controllable. And
but sustainable, but not too much. And that's an interesting balance. But what you're talking about seems to be the problem that we have in every area right now. It's not us and them. It really is a place where do we come together, and where can we find a solution that is fair to both sides and that is humane, but is also sane and sustainable. And I think that's where I so admire, what they do at HSUS, because Wayne is sort of my hero when it comes to that, in terms of really being able to be respectful to the other side, or to both sides, and bring people together in a calm and thoughtful way, so that everyone's voice is heard. Because otherwise, we're just going to continue on, sort of preaching to the choir, but we don't win over any of our opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wendy, let's figure out now what your horsey fantasy is for Christmas here. What's your horsey ultimate gift for Christmas? I hear it coming, I think.
Well, it's very much along the lines of what Monty was talking about. I got to see them in the wild, and then I went to one of the roundups as a witness years ago, with actually someone from the SPCA and someone from the Humane Society, and they wouldn't let us get too close, but we were able to see what happens in a helicopter roundup, and it just broke my heart. You look at these magnificent animals that were all so healthy, and the added, benefit of them being in the wild, which I'd never thought of, but someone explained, because of the way they forage, they actually keep the brush down. So in many ways, they can help prevent forest fires, and they tend to poop around trees, which is really good for the trees and helps fertilize them. And I mean, there is a real positive effect of having wild horses on our lands. But seeing them rounded up that day, and particularly watching the stallion be ripped from his herd, just broke my heart. And I just thought, why are we doing this? There's got to be a better way. There's just got to be a better way.
Great.
So
you're...
my Christmas wish would be that we somehow come to the table together and figure out, how do we get horses back where they belong, do it in a sane and thoughtful way, work with UC Davis and all those wonderful people that have come up with these really good ways of keeping the population down, and try that for a year and see if that doesn't work better. Try to just
I'm on your team.
Madness.
I'm on your team.
Yay.
I'll do what I can.
Well, Monty, you have inspired me and so many of us for so long, and seeing you at the LA Equestrian Center about 10 years ago, you changed my life. And I just thought, oh my gosh, there is such a better way to do this. There's so much better way to, it's the way that I've always dealt with dogs, and it's not, there's no violence, there's no anger. It all comes from wanting them to come to you, and particularly with horses, that whole idea of them trusting you, and of you taking their lead and sort of understanding them and getting inside their head. It was really extraordinary to watch you, to just calm and gentle these horses instead of breaking them.
Well, thank you for that. I'm still at it.
I'm curious to know, did you meet with any resistance with your way of working? Were there people who were somewhat on the fence about whether or not to go with your way of training? Oh.
My life was threatened at least once a week from the time my first book came out.
And you know something about that, having grown up with a very tough dad. I remember reading about you.
72 broken
that
bones.
Old cowboy head, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's broken that. Not like the horses.
It's a lot better. It's a lot better. I've broken the cycle. I certainly have.
That's right.
But the world is better. And this lady called Queen Elizabeth II has been so influential. The world just doesn't know.
Yeah.
Sorry?
She's been a champion of yours.
She has, and the world just simply doesn't know how much she's done to be an influence for good. But I'm working right now to try to get improvement in that category.
Good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys. I so appreciate we've got this, 3 continents we're representing here. We've got Keith out in Hawaii. We've got Wendy here in the Los Angeles area, and Dad all the way in Bremen, Germany. That's about as cold a corner as you can find in Germany, too. I appreciate you guys taking out the time. It's almost Christmas, and we're real excited to put this out for our Radiothon and win people a bunch of Christmas gifts and presents. But mostly, I think we've done a lot of good for horses in this conversation, and I think I hear a couple of projects coming out of it that could be really exciting for 2018.
Well, I hope so. Wendy, it's good to meet you this way. I want to see you on Flag Is Up, and we'll get together on that. But Keith, keep working on it, man, and I'm on your team.
Thank you, Monty.
And I'm very grateful to be on the same team with you guys too. And Monty, I would love to follow up with you whenever you're back in this country. Maybe we can.
Thank you, dear.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jen, and thank you, Keith.
Thank you, Wendy.
Merry
Thank you,
Christmas.
Keith. Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you for putting that together, Debbie. I know that took some coordination, but it was fun to hear those two talking together. And then also, you've got something that I think a lot of our listeners, because we talk about him all the time on our shows, is Boyd Martin, the eventer, coming up. Actually talking to Monty this time, right?
This time, I promised. It took a year, but I did it.
And you know, Boyd and Monty together, I can't wait. I haven't heard this yet, so I can't wait to hear that.
They're having a little man crush.
I bet. Both ways, probably. Well, let's do this. Let's hear our voicemails for this hour, and then we're going to come back and hear the interview with Boyd Martin. You got 2 hot guys, or 3. Well, with me, 4 hot guys on the show.
That's right. Don't laugh at me.
You have reached the Horse Radio Network voicemail line. Please leave your voicemail after the tone.
I'm Amanda from HorseLovers.com, and my ultimate horsey Christmas gift would have to be Kensington protective sheets. They protect against more than just flies, and they have a lifetime guarantee. Enjoy these holiday voicemails from listeners throughout the world, brought to you by HorseLovers.com.
Happy holidays, Horse Radio Network. This is Betty Fay in Pueblo, Colorado, wishing Glenn, Jen, Jamie, and all the hosts the very best for the holiday season and the upcoming 2018. My favorite horsey Christmas was when I was a city-dwelling 12-year-old horse-crazy kid, and my mother gave me a gift certificate of 10 riding lessons for Christmas. That started me on a life of being a horse chick. Now it's almost 50 years later, and I'm still finding hay in my bra and my pockets, still picking stalls, still cleaning tack and the occasional sheath, but most importantly, still riding. I never want to give it up. It's who I am, and I am delighted that HRN exists because horses are who you are too. Merry Christmas.
I'm dreaming of a white percheron, just like the one I have at home, where the hoofbeats pound and knickers sound, to hear sleigh bells as we go. I'm dreaming of a white percheron, with every Facebook post I write. May our days be merry and bright, and may all your percherons, except Glenn's, be white.
Happy Radiothon, HRN. This is Hillary Borneman from Montclair, New Jersey. I got my ultimate horsey Christmas gift when I was 10 years old. My godmother gave me a bright purple halter that had these puffy paint horseshoes and apples and carrots on it. I had been taking riding lessons, but getting an actual piece of tack was just so special. She knew that I didn't just want to ride. I wanted to be all in. The halter didn't survive when my thoroughbred pulled back in it, but the memory of it sure does. Happy holidays to the entire HRN family.
This is listener and auditor Stacy Brown calling to read you a really bad Christmas ad. This one is called Christmas Ponies for Sale, $1,500 Atwater, California. 5 ponies for sale. Ride good, gentle. Also lots of tiny pony pets. Be looking for my sale with 20 plus ponies next month. Can save for Christmas delivery available. And that's the end of the ad. Merry Christmas.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary soul rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine. Oh, night divine.
Happy Radiothon. This is Katie and the whole herd at Renegade Equine calling in our Christmas horse wish. And our wish would be for about 1 million acres so that we could rescue as many Mustangs as possible. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for everything you do, for keeping me entertained while I ride and muck, and I can't wait to see what the next year brings.
Hi, HRN. This is Linda Frost Alvey, and I got the best horse Christmas gift ever last year from my son-in-law. He made me this absolutely awesome portable saddle rack out of PVC pipe that perfectly fits my truck and is custom made to fit my Isabel saddle. Makes traveling to the barn absolutely a dream. Have a great Radiothon, guys. Bye.
Be sure to check out the Holiday Countdown 50 Days of Christmas section at horselovers.com. Every day from mid-November to the end of December, they add amazing new deals of the day. Go right now and sign up for the email list so you're the first to know about the deals, and or visit the pages every day to see the amazing specials that Horse Lovers is adding. There's a special URL just for Radiothon listeners as well. Go to horselovers.com/HRN. That's horselovers.com/HRN. Get your amazing deals for all 50 days of Christmas. Well, we are back here, and we are in the Horsemanship Hour. We have Debbie Laux with us, my friend Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Glenn and Jen and everybody in the background and all you guys doing so much work. Wendy, thanks for co-hosting here.
Well, I wanted to tell everybody that we do have some lines open now. If you want to get registered for the prizes, it would be a good time to call in at 435-272-1997. Don't let Jennifer get bored over there.
I'm right here, Glenn. I can hear you.
See, Jennifer is here with us today. So you had a chance to catch up with Boyd Martin.
Yes. Awesome guy. Anybody who doesn't know Boyd Martin ought to Google him and play some things like some of the YouTubes about, I think he is like the definition of grit. That's what I tell him all the time. He's just gritty. He's just cool. He's a top U.S. eventing team member. He's a top U.S. finisher at 2 World Equestrian Games. And he's an Olympian, member of the 2012 and 2016 Olympic eventing teams. And we're going to have the full interview because you've got to hear the bromance going on between Monty and Boyd. They're going to be together January 6th in Temecula, California for one of the Master Series things. So they're talking about that, and you got to hear the whole thing. But we got to capture them for a little bit of their ultimate horsey Christmas gift, too.
All right, here we go.
So, Boyd, you and Dad are going to be a part of the Radiothon. So it's the ultimate horsey Christmas gift, past, present, or future, is sort of the theme. But really, this is an excuse to get you two to talking about horses and horses that you love and 2018. So I'm just going to be a fly on the wall, and I'll just introduce you two. And then, give it 10 or 15 or whatever you guys are happy to do. And we'll say hi to the listeners by listening to you, okay?
Fantastic. Great,
right.
Boyd. What have you got going on?
Monty, it's very quiet. We're at the end of our eventing season, so we're regrouping and reloading and getting all fired up for next year's eventing season. So the winter season starts down in Florida for us in January. So at the November and December, I'm off to Japan next week to teach a clinic over there, and then talking at the eventing convention in California, and then I better get back and ride some horses. So.
Oh, that's great. That's super.
What about yourself? Where are you at the moment?
Well, I'm in Bremen, Germany, up at the top of Germany, and I just completed a tour in Germany, and before that, a tour of England. And I actually had a lot of eventers on my list of people to meet while I was in England. And
fantastic.
Yeah, kamikazes, I call them. And
I was always amazed, actually, watching your clinic. When someone brought you obviously a horse that someone's made a mess of, and it's frightened and terrified, and like I train young horses or start young horses myself, and I take days and days and weeks and weeks and months, and I was always very, very impressed watching you being able to turn a horse around and get them confident in such a short amount of time. And it was impressive because I find that I make improvements with horses over a long period of time, but you're a magician when it comes to, a short session or two. It's pretty impressive.
You use the word magician, you see, and now I'm all messed up because I've got to provide magic every time I go somewhere. I had a horse the other night, Boyd, in Berlin.
Okay.
And it was pouring down with icy rain, and they had come that day riding 20 miles from home because for 4 years they haven't been able to load it on a trailer. So I always tell my owners that if I can't load the horse, I have to ride it home for you. And and they said that this one would take a minimum of 4 to 6 hours to load, even if you tranquilized it. And I took the horse, and I read mistakes that they were making, and I did some things with it and led it over to the trailer, and in about 15 seconds it was in the trailer, and I was certainly happy with that. I didn't want to ride that son of a gun home.
Oh my God! Well, I actually think in January of next year, Monty, we're going to be working at the same exhibition. I think in California somewhere. I hear that I might be going over there to do a clinic in front of a crowd in eventing, and you're also going to be putting on a show at the same venue at the same spot, which will be a bit of a dream come true for me, Monty, from a fan and a spectator all these years to actually working in the same building as you is quite an honour and very exciting. And all my friends and family from Australia were chuckling when I told them that this opportunity is coming up. So looking forward to that.
Well,
I'm excited about that.
I think it's Del Mar.
Temecula in this case. I think this
Temecula.
is. It's Galway and Temecula, but there will be other parts of the series in Del Mar. So it's kind of a loop of early January to early February. I think it ends up with Charlotte Dujardin, and there's a lot of greats in there. But you guys kick it off. You two are the greats that kick it off. And we're really excited to see you two together on that. So I think Boyd's going to bring some really nasty horses is what I heard. And he's going to have you fix them. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I gotta start challenging you, Monty. We got to find a couple of horses in Temecula that are really struggling.
Well, I'll get out my magic wand.
Yeah, that's right. Get that magic wand. No, but that'll be really fun. And people will have to look on our website for that. We do have those dates up there and some links to those and get that promotion going too. But right now, I'd love to hear Boyd Martin's ultimate horsey Christmas gift. I don't care if it was something in your past or your present or your future. What are you thinking about?
The horsey gift. Oh my God, you put me on the spot there.
I know, right on the spot. That's true. It's Christmas coming up, so you got to think about these things.
I know. Well, let's see. I mean, all the staff that work for me, we live in a beautiful part of America called the Chester County region, sort of not far from Philadelphia, and unfortunately, my stable or my barn years and years ago burnt down, and to replace it, we ended up getting basically a temporary load of stables, sort of prefabricated stables. They were secondhand, and it was a funny story, actually. I had to buy them off a gangster that was in prison. So my stable block, it's full of some incredibly talented horses. There's Olympic horses and World Equestrian Games horses that fly all over the world. But they live in a very, very modest stable block. It's sort of 2 windows, and it's not very winterized. And so over Christmas, sometimes my staff look like they're about to quit just because if it snows or rains or it's icy or whatever, it's just miserable because they're just stables facing each other. And the horses are quite happy, but the staff who are doing all the hard work are pushing, wheelbarrows down between them in tough conditions. So at this time of the year, my holiday is, to a present to all of them. I sort of get out there and give them a hand, obviously, and there's no riding on Thanksgiving and Christmas Day, and try and get in there and get all the hard work done with them, and let everyone have a nice, easy day without all the training for a couple of those holiday days. So that's and then in the beginning of January we migrate south. We go to a place called Aiken, South Carolina, which is a lot warmer and a lot fancier stable. We rent a beautiful stable and training complex called Stable View in Aiken, South Carolina, It is unbelievably beautiful and well built, and just as I think all my staff are about to leave me, we get down there and they're in heaven. They're in heaven, and then I can hang on to them for another year. So that's basically my juggling act for winter.
Well, I've been to Aiken. I've been to Aiken several times, and it is a enchanted area, particularly for horses.
Yeah, it's a really, really amazing community. It's there's a lot of fox hunting down there, polo. The eventers all go there. There's a lot of jumping there in the summer, and it's our second home basically. It's a bit of an operation. We have to pack everything up, move all the horses, all the staff, and for 3 months of the year, and there's a competition circuit down there. So it's a little bit of a gypsy movement for a couple of months until we get back to Pennsylvania when the weather gets a little nicer.
Yeah, good. Well, that's great. I hope you have a good time there and a good Christmas.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, thank you guys both for your Christmassy messages to us. And I'm just so glad that you both got together and were able to talk a little bit before we see you all in Temecula coming up here pretty soon, California.
Super. I think the 6th of January, something like that.
That's right. That's right.
Well, good luck with that horse in Hong Kong, Monty. I'll be. That's the
Debbie will
first
have
thing
to let
I'm
you
going
know.
to be asking you about when I see you in California.
Yeah, that's right.
You came up with the magic wand.
I'm not sure about this one, Boyd.
It's maybe the one.
Don't let him down.
Okay.
All right, you two. Thanks very much, and Merry Christmas.
Well, there's a conversation I didn't think I'd hear anytime soon.
Do you like the gangster barn?
Yeah. Boyd's a character, too, but he was on his best behavior with Monty there. So we have a caller on the phone. Do you want to say hi to Linda?
Linda, hi. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are all you guys doing?
Good. Do you have an ultimate horsey Christmas gift idea?
We all have those.
Yeah,
you're right.
No, I bought it a saddle when I got my horses after 27 years. And whenever I finally got around to putting the saddle on her, it didn't fit because she's got those big quarter horse withers on her. So I really need a new saddle.
Perfect.
Have you sent the letter to Santa? Have you sent the letter to Santa?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Checking.
The other thing I'd really like to say is accolades to my first horse. I think because of all the new horsemanship and people like you, they're bringing us so much new technology and ideas. God bless him that I survived and that he survived me. The 13-year-old kid just gets a horse and takes off riding and goes everywhere and does everything in the craziest places.
Oh, you should. Couldn't we all say that though about our first horses, Debbie?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
it's
true.
They should all be blessed.
Oh my gosh,
they should. Sainthood.
Yeah, we'd go across broken bridges. We'd be racing through ponds to see who wouldn't get the wettest, and it was just crazy what we did.
You know what though? I think some of that is going. Some of that's going away with structured lessons and things, and I'm not sure all of that is good that it's going away because I think you really learned how to stick on a horse. Wendy, you probably learned that way.
Oh, yeah. My first pony bucked me off every single day. I used to stand at the fence and cry, look at it.
That's an experience we all want.
But I went back to the barn every single day. Still fun.
Did you ever think the pony thought, well, that's what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah. Well, my mother, being a non-horse person. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
My first horse, the first time we were out galloping around the open field and he turned, I didn't. Oh. And all I could think was duck and roll, and away I went, and he stood there like, where the heck did she go? He waited for me.
Well, that's good. At least he waited.
Yeah, to take off back to the barn.
And I had him for 28 years.
Now, tell me you at least had one pony like that, Debbie, even at Flag is Up.
Oliver was so talented at going just under branches. That's what I remember.
I was
so sweet back I could get on it.
2 weeks on the introductory course, and I learned more than I'd ever learned in 30 years. It was absolutely fantastic.
It is the best. That's the introductory course of horsemanship, and it's just like an armful, isn't it? Just, yeah. I'm so glad you were there.
Yes, it was. And Monty was there for 11 days that we were there. It was over the top. And we'll be forever grateful.
Oh, I'm glad, Linda. That's so nice.
Linda, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for calling in and waiting. We really appreciate that. Merry Christmas, and thanks for listening.
Merry Christmas to everyone. And I'm calling from Canada, by the way.
Oh, yay! Canadians represent. Thanks,
Merry
Linda.
Christmas to everyone.
All right, bye-bye.
You too, Linda.
All right, Wendy, tell us about Benefab.
Okay, Benefab by Swarnamore is a research-backed company that offers innovative wearable products that help increase mobility and lessen pain for your horse. With products from leg wraps to blankets and more, they have a product that can help address aches and pains in almost every part of the equine body. Their fabrics are infused with a special bioceramic thread which emits far infrared wavelengths. In addition to that, their smart products incorporate the bioceramics with magnetic therapy for an even further targeted treatment. Each product helps increase overall blood circulation, relieve joint stiffness, and relax muscles. Recently, a clinical trial was published in the Journal of Equine Veterinary Science, proving the Smart Scrim significantly reduces back soreness over a 6-week period in moderate to high exercise horses. There are no harmful side effects, and with proper washing care, the products will never lose their therapeutic value. Visit benefabproducts.com for more info or to order today. Also available through Amazon Prime, my favorite.
And thanks to Benefab for sponsoring today. Kat, who runs Benefab, is a young entrepreneur, and she does a tremendous job. She lives right here in Ocala. We see her all the time, and we appreciate Kat and her products.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
It also will work well on big fat couch potatoes that you only ride on the weekends.
Oh, she was looking at me. She was looking at me when she said that, Debbie, and I was wondering there for a minute.
No, but it says for moderate to high exercise horses. But, honestly, as a veterinarian, I see a lot of back pain in horses that are only ridden on the weekends because they're not in shape. So they don't have a core. And then people go out on the weekends, they ride around and, they're sore on Monday. So this would be a great product for even our, backyard couch potatoes.
Terrific. Right. Well, now, Debbie, tell us about the first prize we're going to give away this hour.
Okay, so we have 3 great prizes. The first prize is a combo prize. It's donated by Monty Roberts University, who actually pays for our podcast. Thank you. The first one is a 1-year subscription to Monty's Equus Online University, and that has over 500 Monty's lessons on there now, and you're accessing those 24/7. And one of Monty's patented dually training halters, size of your choice. So the total value is over $150 for that one.
Can I make a comment on that? We have 2 horses, including my Hackney Pony Scooter, who decide that it's a good day or not a good day to load in the trailer. And yesterday was a good day, but there have been not so good days. And at the beginning, it was not good at all. And Jennifer watched the video on Monty Roberts University about 10 times of Monty's method for getting horses to load. We heard about that earlier in the hour. And let me tell you what, it works. Yesterday, my pony took at 30 seconds he was on the trailer. And that used to be 30 minutes. But using Monty's method to do that, it just works. And we use we also have the dually halters too. So it just works. It just really does work. So I had to say that because we did it yesterday.
Thank you for the plug on that too. But it's true. I don't understand why people work so hard. I mean, it's available.
And it's not hard. You're right. It involves no whips and you don't have to get the broom out.
Yeah. And nothing's worse than when your horse won't load.
And it involves making sure that all of the neighbors in the trailers around you stay away. They don't need to help.
That's right. No counseling.
No counseling needed, and no brooms either. You don't break any broomsticks. So
and I will tell you, the horses look out the trailer the first couple of times and go, "Oh, what was
what
big
the heck
fuss
happened?"
About? I get it now." So cute. Okay, and our second package is from Omega Fields, our title sponsor. It's called the Horse and Rider Gift Set, and it's called the perfect gift for the horse lover in your life. It's natural stabilized flax products for horses and humans, and they're important to optimize the health of yourself and your horse. And it comes in this functional zippered tote that's cute, and a 1-month supply of omega-3 supplements, Omega Horse Shine, and the low sugar, starch, apple flavored Omega Nibblers horse treats. Put those in the bucket. And 2 months supply of a digestive health supplement called Omega Sure Gut. And a new thing that they've got is a 2-pound size bag of Mega Omega. I love that name. I'm going to name a dog that. Mega Omega for you and Ryder. Mega Omega is high in omega-3s and fiber flaxseed with added vitamin D3 and minerals. And that retails for over $125. So what are we up to?
I think I gave you guys
$275.
these commercials to read, by the way.
They're a mouthful.
Mega Omega. It is a tongue twister. You should name an Irish horse Mega Omega.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. And one more is we're giving away a $50 gift certificate like we're doing every hour for horselovers.com. Use the code HRN when you check out at your next time at Horse Lovers, and you'll get $5 off your order of $49 or more. HRN. There's also a coupon code for radio. And if you choose to use that one, you'll get a free fleece blanket. It's worth $25 on your orders of $49 or more. So a couple of offers just for Radiothon listeners. I think we should get Elizabeth on here, who's been waiting to talk to us. And Elizabeth, if you don't mind, we're going to have you pick the winners for us this hour. Do you mind, Debbie?
Not at all. I want to hear Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, are you there?
I'm here.
Would you mind helping us pick the winners, Elizabeth? We don't have but a couple minutes left in this hour, but we'd love to get you help pick the winners.
That'll be fine.
All right.
What are my numbers, Fred?
What are your numbers?
Between 1 and 156.
1 and 156 is going to win the Monty Roberts University and the Dooley halter.
116.
116.
Wow. 116 is Melissa Jenks.
Melissa Jenks, congratulations. You're going to love those videos.
Oh, that's great.
Now we have $125 on Omega Fields Horse and Gift Rider gift set. Elizabeth?
You need another number?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I want to hear that accent
All right.
again.
132.
132. She's going high end here.
132 is Phyllis Benson.
Phyllis Benson. Congratulations,
Yay,
Phyllis.
Phyllis.
Yay. And now the $50 gift certificate from horselovers.com. One more time, Elizabeth.
222.
Up too high. Go low.
Oh, sorry. Then 22.
22 works.
22. Okay. Whose lucky number is 22? That is Brenda Nellums.
Brenda Nellums. Yes.
Brenda
Thank you,
Nellums.
Brenda.
Yeah.
Congratulations on winning
Congratulations,
that.
Brenda.
And thank you, Elizabeth. I'm sorry we don't have
Elizabeth.
time to talk more. We're running out of time for this hour. Merry Christmas, Elizabeth. Thanks for helping.
Happy holidays to all of y'all.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
She called just in time to help us
Bye-bye.
Good.
All right.
Well, that's it for this hour. Debbie, it's all gone already. So it's done.
That was fast, you
I
guys. Thank
know.
you for your help. Thanks for everything. And thanks to Coach Jen and producer Jen, too, for all that she did on all those
Well, tell
recording
everybody
ones.
where they can hear you.
Horsemanship.radio.com. And those will be episode 105 is coming up. And those will be on that in full.
Very good. Horsemanship.com. And that's it for this hour. Next hour, we have the Certified Horsemanship Hour with Christy is joining us like she has every year. We're looking forward to chatting with her. She's always a lot of fun. She has a couple of great guests coming up. And then we have Healthy Critters and Plaidcast and Western and Author and Horse Husbands. And we're not even halfway done, Wendy.
No.
We're getting there. We're getting punchy. All right, that's it. We'll be back in another 5 minutes.